Hey guys, I'm going to try to show you my complicated but easy way to make street basketball backboards for NBA 2K14, which would also work for NBA 2K13 and NBA 2K12, I think. So what this is going to do is I have a bunch of backboards that you may have seen. I have a bunch of backboard supports, you know, the pole and stuff that hits the ground, and I have a couple of rims, like a double rim, a thin rim, and a monster quadruple rim. And what I'm doing is I'm essentially just picking out I'm picking one of each of these categories and combining them into one model for NBA 2K14 for the street mod. And as you can see, this is a basic thing I just made just to randomly choose which one I want to use. So we have like glass backboards, small glass backboards, a textured backboard with no square, a textured with a big, huge backboard, and a small textured backboard. Then I have the different rims, and then I have different supports. Each of them are labeled, but it can be it's really difficult to explain how this works, so I'm just going to show you how I do it. This is all using NBA 2K12's Rucker Day, or one of the 2K11 Blacktop, the hidden one. It's using that backboard file because it actually works in 2K12 using RedMC to export it, but you can completely remove it and have custom shapes and everything without having that like glass there that still shows up with the reflections, and it looks really bad without that. So long story short, here is how you make some street backboards using this technique. So let's go ahead and load up Blender, and we'll go ahead and import an N2KM file. Now the first thing you want to load up will probably be the backboard itself, and I have the glass versions, the textured large, and all this stuff. There's also a curved one that you can use that I'll be releasing with this. It is a little glitched out with when people dunk and stuff, but it does work. So let's go with we'll go with the textured no shot clock backboard. So we'll go ahead, first thing you do when you load this up, like always, so you can see it, do a scale, which is that you press S or do that V gesture, 0.01, and now you can see it. So here we have a backboard. Yay! It's square and it's basic, and that's exactly what we wanted. But it's also a texture. It uses the shot clock texture and stretches it across the entire backboard, so you can have a custom texture for the front and the back of the backboard. So you can have like designs and crap on it and have it all be custom with a texture, not anything like with like logo placement and stuff. So next we need a rim. So let's go back and import another N2KM file. Hit rim, or go to your rim folder, and let's go ahead and add in the monster quadruple rim. Like you see, the default double rim, thin. I think I have a couple alternates that I will be releasing as well that I'm not using, like a double rim that doesn't have a breakaway part of the rim. So go ahead and import this, and as you can see, it imports into the 0.001 scene. Each one of these are scenes, and they also show up here. So go ahead and do the same thing, scale by 0.01, so it shows up. There it is. Now you need to select the scene, so you can either click here, or you can right-click it. And then you need to press Control and L at the same time to link it. Hit to scene, and you choose the original N2KM scene. And what that did was it moved it over to this scene right here. So now the backboard is showing up along with the rim. So that means we don't need this extra scene anymore. So we can go ahead up here and click this X with this one selected, and deletes the current scene. So now we have added the backboard, or added the rim to the backboard. So the next step we need is the actual backboard part that hits the ground, that touches the ground. So go back to import to NBA 2KM, and we go to supports. This is really the same kind of thing, the same procedure as when you convert cyberfaces and stuff. So here are the list of ones that I have. There's a couple other ones again that are not showing up here just because I wasn't using them for the street courts I was making. And we have everything from ones based off, the default ones are based off the Rucker Park one. We have a Hoop It Up one, which is based off kind of like the Hoop It Up backboards they use for NBA Hoop It Up. Thick and Thicker, one based off Venice Beach in 2K10, and one based off the Cage in 2K10. One based off kind of like the NBA Live 2001 Street one, and a couple of one pole ones. So we're going to go ahead and import the Cage one, just because that one's freaking awesome. import at 2km. Can't see anything, so we're going to zoom in, or excuse me, scale 0.01. So there we have the full backboard. Now, as you can see, if you go up to our base scene file, we only have the backboard. You go to this scene file, we have a backboard and a rim and everything else. So what we need to do is we need to delete everything that has 0.001 after it. Okay? So right click here, hit delete. Right click, delete. Right click, delete. Right click, delete. Right click, delete. So now we're left with this this 9 texture right here, or scene. This one is actually the glass. So if you use any of the small backboards or the curved backboard, you're going to want to go into edit mode and go ahead and just on the y-axis move this all the way up to like 100. Just get the hell out of here. We don't want to see it. However, if I was using a glass backboard, blah 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 blah, a glass backboard, you would want to keep that there so that the ball reflects in the glass and everything. So here we have the backboard supports. Technically it's only this one part, but we need to import all of these. So go ahead over here and just hit A to select everything. We want to make sure all these are selected, and then same thing, Control L, make a link to the scene that we're using up here. So now we're done with this one. We double check to make sure that it actually imported over. Yep, hooray. So we can go ahead and delete this scene as well. Yes, okay. So now everything should be here. This looks like it's a backboard, you know? And we've combined 3 different files to make it. So you'd want to do the stupid check and make sure there are 10 scene files starting at 0 to 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. You can count to 10, kind of. So if you want to do a better check, you can press A to deselect everything, and you can press Z to get the shaded view of what this looks like. And that gives you a good indication of kind of how it looks like in Blender and what it will kind of look like in game. So there's your rim, there's your backboard, and there is your supports, all in one file. This is great. This is exactly what we need to do. So you can go ahead and go to File, Export, Export N2KM, go to wherever you want to export it to. So I'll just export it here, and we'll just do Video 0. And I'll tell you why I named it 0. You see all these zeros right here? That's why I named it 0. So go ahead and export this. Now this is only one backboard. So the next step, as you can see, we have all these zeros here. So now that we've saved the N2KM file for zeros, we need to create one for 1. Now the way backboards work in NBA 2K games, you have one on one side of the court, you have one on the other side of the court. They're 2 completely separate models, which means yes, you can have like a bent rim on one side or a portable rim on one side and a completely different rim on the other side if you really want to. But for the purposes of this video and the purposes of all the NBA Street stuff I've been doing, I want the same backboard on both sides of the court. So to do that, you need to be able to select all of these parts of the main scene. So we've selected them all, and we need to rotate it and put it on the other side of the court. Sorry for the truck in the background. So do a rotate command, which is a circle like that, or you can press R. And you need to either hold middle click and make it on the y-axis, or you can just simply hit Y, and then type in 180 and press enter. Now unfortunately, as you know, with object mode edits and everything else, this does not just put the thing over there. It would actually still be over here and cause a lot more issues. So the next thing you need to do is go to Object, Clear/Apply, and we want to clear the scale. And see how it disappeared? It's because it went huge. Remember how we scale it down by 0.01 to be able to see it? Well, now it's back up, times 100. So it's huge again, so it's all the way over here somewhere. Next thing we need to do while everything's still selected is go back to Object, Clear and Apply Scale/Rotation to Object Data. Now that's why we have to do clear the scale first, because we can't just do the rotation. So click this, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So now it's on this side of the court, all the data is perfect on this side. Go to File, Export, N2KM, go to wherever you saved it. So that was Video O. We'll call this one Video 1. Go ahead and export that, and we're done with Blender. So let's go ahead and close out Blender, and let's navigate to that folder. Temp and video 1. So what you need to do next is go ahead and load this up in your favorite hex editor. And excuse me, as you can see here, we have a part. They're all labeled out like this: 0-0, 0-1, 0-4, whatever. So what we need to do is do Control H for find replace. We want to find all the 0 dashes and replace them with 1 dashes. That's why we named this video 1 and rotate it to the other side. So go ahead and press OK once it's set up like this as a text string, 0 dash, 1 dash. OK. Replace all, and there should be 10. If there's more than 10, you need to manually go through and find out what data you screwed up and manually change each of these. Because it should be 0 dash and then a number. Go ahead and save that and then close that. So now we're at the point where we can get this into the game. So let's go ahead and copy these out of our folder and move them into whatever folder you downloaded for this. I have included NBA 2K12's hidden NBA 2K11 Blacktop Court for importing these as a base. So what you need to do, let's copy our path here and load up the NBA 2KX mod tool. This is the Java one, not the 3DM one. Go ahead and open up that folder and load up that file. Go down to part 10, which is the backboard. Go down to the model. It could be model 0 or model 1, doesn't really matter. And if you go ahead and click this, you can see that they're both there. So we can go ahead and hit import res and import video 0. Go ahead and change this to XYZ only. Okay. And then import the other one. Okay. And that's it. So now both of these models are in the 2KX tool. If you want to at this time, you can go ahead and import different textures as well. You might take some testing to figure out which texture applies to which part of the backboard, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So you can go ahead and close this, and now let's get this working in an actual NBA 2K14 file. So let's go ahead and open up RedMC and open up that folder and open up that file. So we have the file 0 through 11 again, and we want file 10. So all we do is hit export. You remember, you have to have some if license to do this. It could be the $2, I think it's $2 text editing one, or it could be the textures, or it could be the other one that I'm not remembering right now. Any license for if editing will allow you to do this import export stuff. So we're going to go ahead and export this, and we'll just call it video and save. And that's it. So now we can open up any NBA 2K14 file. Oops. Make my test one. Go to baskets, hit import, and import our RMCE file. Go ahead and do that, and then hit save. And to press our luck, let's go ahead and load up the game and take a look at what this looks like in game. So that is, it's a complicated process. It's not exactly easy. But at the same time, once you get this down, you can whip out backboards really easily, and you can customize them each time, and it makes it really kind of quick and easy to make these. I mean 31 backboards in probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, well, that's it may not be worth it to make all of these. It's still pretty cool that I was able to do it that quickly and get it done, which is nice. So let's go ahead and load up NBA 2K14 here. I have my test roster right here that I use for editing stuff like this. Go to game modes, practice. As you can see, we have the Duke Blue Devil as Rajon Rondo. And there is our backboard, ready to be textured. And I'd probably use RedMC for texturing this, just because RedMC, HD textures and stuff. But as you can see, we have our cage backboard supports, our rim We have the square there that we can get rid of if we needed to, or import the other one. Sorry for the baby. And there is our monster quadruple rim that we can also retexture and all of that fun too. So that's the in and out of it. We just made a backboard. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go live life, and I hope you guys enjoy too. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this helps. If you need any additional help, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to help you, and I will see you in the next video.